YouTube, what is up? Sorry, it's been a while. It's been about a week since I've had an upload, probably a week and a half, probably close to 2 weeks. Last week I was supposed to get videos of Texas 2K. There's a long story behind all that, but so today we're gonna change the wheel hub assembly and the bearings. Well, the wheel hub assembly comes with the bearings, so. And I got them from AutoZone, so got these bad boys right here. I'm gonna keep them in the plastic. I don't want to get any dust on them or anything like that. But show you guys how to do this. This will be my first time installing them. This is on an Acura Integra. So if you need them, this is the part number right here, DL513105, Duralast. So first thing first, what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to jack up your car. I already have that done. I normally put these wood planks under the stands, but I couldn't get it high enough with my little low jacks, so I just got to sit on the ground. It's not wet or anything, so I'll be good. Now what I should have done, I should have hit my lug nut, so I probably have to loosen them up and take them off, or jack the car down, loosen them up, take them off. But let me get my wheels off, and I'm gonna show you what we got next. All right, guys, got the wheels off. Next step is to take the drums off. Some drums come with the screw that's in there, and I wasn't prepared for that, so I had to scheme up something. So what I did here, I'm using a little impact wrench, Harbor Freight, so knock me if you want. But I got a bunch of bits on here and extensions. Well, you know, I have this 1/2 inch to I can't think right now, so 1/2 inch to 3/8. And then I have this to this little deal right here that I found laying around. So practically what I did, I just hit it with the socket wrench, but there is a tool for this. So let me try to get this lined up. And it just comes right out of there. Once you get that screw out. All right, guys, we got the little screw out of there. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take the caliper off. We're gonna hit this bolt right here and this bolt. And then we're gonna hit it on the bracket also. So there should be a bolt right here. There also should be a bolt right there. So we're gonna hit those. I'm gonna take these two off and then hit the caliper bracket. And then we should be able to slide the drum off. And then I'll show you how the hub sounds and spins with everything free. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, sorry for the intermission. I had to run to AutoZone, had to get this tool right here. This is to press the caliper back in for the Hondas. And also had to get a nut. I believe I bought a 34. It's a lot of debate on the internet, but I actually think it's a 32. But it helped me get it out of there. So with that being said, on the Integra, it might be a 32. So what I did, I took the caliper bracket off, took the caliper off. Just took off the nut, which had a little chisel in there, so you have to chisel that out. I have my chisel somewhere anyways. Hammered it with a chisel, and then this hub just slides right off of there. And you see it got a little grease on there, so probably gonna want to juice that back up. But I'm gonna put this back on here real quick. Well, I'll show you on the other side actually. Let's go over to the other side. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but when it spins, you can just hear how bad that bearing is. And that stuff's loud. So I'm gonna unchisel that. Alrighty, just chisel that back out. That's a real big chisel, but it works. You get the concept. Some people say you actually don't have to. So, like I said, I believe this is actually too big. It's a 36, and I lied. This is a 34 socket. This is a 32 nut, so make sure you get a 32. but it still works on it. Once you get the nut off, you just pull it right off. And then you want to just put your new ones back on. Clean it up with some brake cleaner, get all that extra dust. And we're going to put the new ones on, and that'll be it. But that's pretty much how you do it. I will be right back. Alrighty guys, so one thing you want to do, make sure you get this little key out of here. I don't know the exact name for it, but you want to get this out of here. You want to clean it up, because you see, this is all the gunk from that bearing. That bearing is done. So you want to take that out of there and put it in a new one, and that's what it's going to slide that in there, make that hood fit in there like that. So I'm going to clean this up real quick, and then I'll properly put this in there. God, this is gross. Can tell I completely lost daylight. So got the other side in, show you what we're gonna do on this side. There's a few steps that I did not mention. I don't know if I mentioned about the caliper. You have to press the caliper back in. I had to go get a tool for that. I have that tool sitting around here somewhere. I got stuff everywhere. Here it goes. That's what you want to use for Hondas. Has these 3 prongs on there. Sorry about my filthy hands. Has those 3 prongs on there right there. That's the tool you want to use for when you're pressing your caliper. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I got an extension on that. So I'm gonna press that caliper and then show you a few more steps that you probably want to look into before installing your new hub assembly. Alrighty, I got that pressed back in. I don't know if you can tell, but that's all flush. So we got the caliper pressed back in. The next step you're gonna want to do, you want to get the old hub and this little notch right here. You want to take it out of there, because that notch gives you that key right there, and that pretty much secures, I believe it secures the hub onto the assembly. I'm not exactly sure, but I know you need to take that off and swap it and put it onto the new one. So that's what we're gonna do. Got the new hub assembly right here. Got it from AutoZone, as I showed earlier with the part number. So on the other one, on the other side, I have to tap it in. I know that's probably not recommended, but that was the way I had to do it. And I put a little rag on it, and I, barely tapped it in. Alrighty, so it slid on there like I needed it to. So I have this notch, this little key right here. Go ahead and push that back in there, make sure it's secure. Pretty much just a washer between that and the lug nut. Well, the axle nut, spindle nut, whichever you want to call it. Which I have right here. It's a little spindle nut. I'm gonna go clean it off with some brake cleaner. I would clean it off a lot more, but I'm really in a rush right now. Been here all day and I wasn't expecting to. This job isn't that really hard. Just been running my mouth and all this other stuff, so that's all on me. But I'm gonna torque this back on with my impact drive, and then I will show you the next step on there. Next thing you want to do, you want to chisel that back in. You can see I already have mine chiseled in. I don't know if you can tell right there. It's chiseled in. And after that, look at that. Look how that spins. That last one it was just trash. So after that, you want to put the bracket back on. We're going to put the bracket back on. We already did that caliper. Gonna put the bracket back on, put the brake pads, put the rotor, I'm sorry. You wanna put the rotor back on first. Mine has a screw. Some people don't put the screw back on, but I prefer to. It's just me, how I do things.
Find a hose.
So we got it lined up right there. And let me, I use the impact on that also, so let me go ahead and impact that back on real quick. Alrighty, so I'm putting the caliper bracket back on. Not sure if you guys can see back here. It's this bolt right here and this one. So you're gonna tighten them back up, and after that you're gonna put the top part of the caliper back on with the brake pads. Make sure you put some grease on the brake pads, and I'll show you the end result of that after I get it all tightened. How to put your brake pads back in. I'm gonna show you this real quick. It's pretty simple. You see it like that. It's only one way they can go in. You can't put it in backwards that way. It'll slide in right here. And that's it. And the one with the clip, I'll take it out for you so you can see. One with the clip, that one goes in the back and it'll go up top. So, hold on, let me get a better angle for you guys. Don't know if y'all can see that. And it'll sit in just like that. And then you grab I got my caliper just sitting up there so the line won't be pulled on. So grab it, lift it over, bring it over. Be careful what that brake does. It has a substance called asbestos. That stuff can get really bad if it gets into your lungs. But once you get the caliper back over, you got the bolt up here and the bolt right down there, and you're pretty much done. You press the brakes and compress the caliper back over the brakes, and that's practically how you change your hub assembly. So let me get all that tightened back up and I'll do a farewell to you guys. Alrighty guys, we got everything tightened back up, everything back on. Oh man, it wasn't that bad. Pretty much what you have to do, get the screw off for the drum, take off the calipers, the caliper off of here, and then the caliper off the bracket, unchisel that, take off the nut, and there's a little key in there that you take off and put the nut back over that key, and other than that you're good, man. So that's practically how you change your wheel hub assembly on the rear of your vehicle for a 1994 Acura Integra. If I missed anything, please put them down in the comments. But one thing I would like y'all to do is subscribe, like, and comment. So I appreciate you guys checking it out, and we'll be back later with another video. Later.